Our top story tonight, some going down in November.
Wars, spending.
There has got to be something big a-brewing.
They're using geese to guard prisons in Brazil.
Does Biden know what
Immigration
Mexico
policies.
is? Would you scare Joe Biden? What are we laughing at?
I think Billy Mays was real.
I'm a world-class skeptic.
I don't know anything about Hunter Biden. I don't know who's big into cocaine and laptops. Why is that our problem? Complete, absolute incompetence. Like, who funds the news? It's a freaking inside job, man. That the entire world's a stage and everything's fake.
We're supposed to do that. Y'all are going. All right. Well, John, adjust the camera while we're doing this. That doesn't look too bad. We're fine.
Terrible.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. It's fine. Welcome back. Another episode of the Veritas Road. Carson here with Murph. I completely forgot what I was going to start off with.
We didn't check our personal cameras either, but who cares?
Yeah, I'm sure they'll be fine. What's going on, bud?
Nothing. It's Easter today.
Oh, yeah, it is Easter. Happy Easter,
Yeah.
guys. A lovely pagan holiday we like to celebrate from time to time.
Yeah, Ishtar Day.
Yeah, right. With the eggs and the rabbits. I
Yeah.
saw a video today where this little girl was like, what do those have to do with each other? And some poor bastard's got to explain that to her, so that's unfortunate.
Well, I guess the idea is Jesus had like a pet rabbit, and he gave out eggs at the Last Supper.
Right.
Did I read that in the Bible?
I think
I
so.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's also Weed Day, 420 blaze it up.
It's true, which I still don't understand what 420 has to do with weed.
I don't know.
Is that the time you're supposed to smoke? Like you're supposed to smoke at 4:20 in the afternoon?
Yeah, you get home from school, you've done all your homework. It's approximately 4:20, so then it's time to blaze it up.
Are you a child in this scenario?
I think that's where. Well, you're a teenager, right?
Okay. Yeah.
I think that's where it came from.
I don't think there are too many kids who are waiting to get done with their homework before they smoke.
Well, that's the kind of student I was.
Those are pretty mutually exclusive.
Or my dad would have really got on my booty. So. Hey, where the heck John just gone? John's gone.
Yeah. John just left, abandoned us.
Oh.
That bastard. So you have a question for us today?
Yes. It's Easter themed.
Yeah, that's exciting.
So, I was wondering,
Uh-huh.
like, if you had to estimate it, how many baskets do you think you've held in your hand at various points in time in your entire life? Because that's not something we do often. We're all familiar with what a basket is, but how often do we actually have one in our hands? They're like decorative items on tables.
Right.
They're used at Easter, but it's mostly buckets at Easter. It's really not baskets that I've seen.
So you're defining a basket as like a wicker basket.
Right, like a
specifically.
woven, yeah. When you think of a basket, a very specific image.
How many have I held in my hands at one time, or how many
Throughout
have I
your
held
life?
Throughout probably dozens. I would not say
So 58.
any more than that. Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I would guess approximately for myself 41, but we are asking you, so 58. When was the last time you have held a basket
Last week
for practical use? What were you doing with it?
I was moving some stuff around at my mother's house, and she has many wicker baskets in her living
That's
space.
true. You're an outlier because
Yeah.
of your mom. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
I should have come up with a more.
My mother has a lot of baskets. She had baskets for me when we would do Easter egg hunts at home, because we didn't do them with the other families. We did
That's
them at home
sad.
by ourselves.
Oh, that's really sad.
It's,
Was it just you? Because your siblings are like 15 years older than you. So.
Yeah, pretty much. It's fine.
You and
We're
your
all
cat, Caspian, looking for eggs.
good. Yeah. How many baskets have you held over the course of your life?
Yeah, like I said, 41 probably.
Mm.
It's not much.
This is real serious stuff. Hard-hitting
Yeah.
journalism here. How many baskets have you held?
I'm just trying to, lighten it up before we start talking about the death cult that runs the world.
Ah,
So,
that's a fair point.
yeah. So that's
What a fucking downer.
Oh, well, hey, you were the one who said it. You always know I'm going to answer.
That's
You
true.
deflected to the seriousness. I didn't bring it up.
I did. That was my fault. So, I regret that.
Yeah.
How do you feel about it? Easter seems like a hot. You have issues with a lot of holidays. What do you think about Easter? Because you always bitch and moan about like Christmas and Halloween and all the other holidays. What do you have any problems with Easter?
I mean, actually, as long like I think it all comes down to like intention. So actually, not really, as long as you know that it's not what they say it is. But
what do they say it is?
Like the day that Jesus rose from the dead, the stuff. It's but that's not what we. Same thing for Christmas. Like Christmas is commercialized. You just give gifts and you just are off from work, right? So don't call that what it is. Call it what it freaking is, and not
Consumerism Day,
right? Which Easter is still to me more pure than Christmas, but it still is become that. But there's still more religious influence on Easter, so
it pisses you off less. Is that what you're saying?
yeah. Who knows when Jesus rose from the dead?
That's what's always bothered me. Is like, who the hell sat down and was like, "Yep, it was this day." Like, who in the world decided that? Who figured that out?
Right. And
it's all based on the length of time after Passover, right?
Right.
Is that how most of them do it?
And it gets into the freaking Jewish versus Gregorian pagan calendar. So it gets which gets into Tartarius. It's a whole huge thing as to like you can't actually trust the dates. So I don't actually have a problem with it, just acknowledging that it's like a pagan holiday in its origin. So, yeah. Like, are you going to hell for running around looking for eggs? I mean, no. No, that's ridiculous. But also, Jesus didn't run around looking for eggs, so why are we doing that? So,
because it's what we do.
It's just what we do.
Yeah.
Okay, it's just tradition.
Right.
You know, maybe they did run around looking for eggs in Galilee. Maybe they hid some in the freaking sycamore tree. Maybe Zacchaeus was looking for eggs.
Maybe that's what he was doing to the tree.
He might have been.
Zacchaeus was actually on an Easter egg hunt. A little Bible Easter humor for you.
Yeah, we're Church of Christ. We're very Church of Christ. That was such a Church of Christ comment.
That was, for sure. Holy shit. All right. So.
Yeah,
is that it on Easter?
Yeah. We don't have a topic for today because we've been lazy, so we're just going to go over news again, right?
Yeah, I mean, let's jump right into it. You go first. Since you've got 4 this week, we'll bounce back and forth.
All right, I didn't label them, but
son of a bitch.
I guess I know what the first one. We can start off with this, man.
All right, what's up?
The blue origin.
The giant cock in the sky.
That's right. Yeah, we'll pull up the article, John.
That would be a great.
It would be very helpful if you fucking labeled them.
I think it's the first one, John.
Dang, you got.
Jeez,
violent.
that was vehement.
Was so violent.
That was an angry hobbit.
Yeah.
If I were going to write a children's book about this mission, I would call it Katy Perry and the Giant Cock in the Sky, and I feel like that would be a great children's book title for this.
All right, remind me to never let you read anything to Boone.
So what's up? What's going on with Blue Origin,
dude?
She's hot.
First of all, let's just go over their claim. Okay. There's a problem, even with their claim. So they're saying they're going to space, right? And when we think of space, we think of the vacuum with the stars and the moon and all that crap, right? But all they're really doing is flying up really high.
The upper atmosphere.
Which they say they go close to the Kármán line, which is 62.5 miles, according to the U.S. definition, 330,000 feet. Right. But they're only going up like 60 miles, right, in their rocket, allegedly. And then it's like they have it looks like a penis, as you have so eloquently said.
It's like
and it detaches, and then they float back down.
So the head comes off.
Right. They get about 4 minutes of weightlessness. So right there, why are they saying they're going to space? They're not, per the definition of space.
No.
Right, which is the Kármán line. They're going close to that, but they're not getting there. So and second of all, like it could just be like they're not going into orbit or anything, like they say the ISS does.
Right.
They're only getting 4 minutes of weightlessness. So how is that not free fall? Just from like a freaking roller coaster.
Well, that is what that is free fall.
Right.
That's
so
all
it's not like anti-gravity. Like it's a total misnomer to saying that they're going to space. They're just going up high. It's basically like a gigantic effing roller coaster is what
Right.
doing,
Right.
which is not space.
A roller coaster with no track is all
Right.
this is.
Right. So it's misleading. Even if all of this is real, which I don't think it is, there's some CGI BS which we can get into in a little bit. But
Yeah.
even if all of it's real, they're not going to space.
Right.
So it's super misleading.
It's
and
a really big ass tower of terror is what this is.
yes. Oh, perfect. Yeah, it's like the Tower of Terror in Disney World, except a bunch of DEI women just moaning about how they're all women.
Right.
Which is all this is.
Why do we give a fuck that it's all women?
Because they're astronauts, dude. They're heroes. They're ringing the bell just like the astronauts do. And it's just ridiculous. You ought to... John, I've got I don't know if we want to watch this, but a great summary video by one of my favorite compilation guys on YouTube.
How long is it?
It's like 4 minutes, I think. It's that... Yeah, it's that
Let's watch
one
a
right
little
there.
bit of it.
Yeah.
I'm not a flat earth.
This is fantastic. And feel free to, comment on it if you want to.
Yeah,
Pause it and
yeah.
stuff. This is Harrison from InfoWars. He's turning based.
You get a haircut?
The X Games, and it's just like god awful commentary.
Yeah.
It's like this. It's like this weird sports god awful commentary of this event. So just continue.
That is what that looked like. Yeah. Yeah.
How weird is that, dude?
That's a little weird. Let them take phone footage. Why is it a problem?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why can't you film it with your phone?
What?
That's all these fucking bitches do, like Katy Perry and that card. All they do is walk around filming with their phones. Why can't they fucking do that?
Blue Origin just wants these lady astronauts, these Astra women, to enjoy the experience. Okay. Don't worry about having the stress of having to film it to your phone and send it to your grandma. We got it. Just enjoy being up there.
We'll take care of it for
you
you.
know?
This is like the plane bullshit where they tell you can't be on your phone or it's gonna fuck up the plane somehow.
That's right.
It's retarded.
Dude, what's the name of this rocket? Like super occult. There's like New Shepard, Blue Moon, all of this weird occult names for all these.
I just can't believe some fucking cunt of an architect designed this and said, "Yeah, that looks good. We're gonna come out with that. Let's do that."
Do you want to go down this rabbit hole? Okay, Bezos, who allegedly founded this,
who also looks like a penis,
right? And the logo for Amazon,
right?
Which is, I mean,
I know, I get it.
It's all Osiris's dick.
Yeah.
Okay. It's all based on same thing. It's the same thing as an obelisk. It's all a cult. It's all just.
But this one gets to shoot off,
Yeah. Plus, and I think it'll show it in a.
Son of a bitch, John. Do you need help?
It'll show it. What happened?
My mic
his
stand
mic.
just-
John fucked up his mic stand.
It just broke, I think.
I thought the stream was down or something. Keep going. What the F was I saying?
Talking about Osiris's dick.
Yeah. And there's Baphomets on their clothes, which I think he shows in this video. Shout out to Robot Polisher. He's so good at compiling stuff. The dude does a ton of research. And Johnny, you all right, dude? All right. Okay. Well, what do you? All right, are we gonna?
Let's jump back into the video. Yeah.
Continue playing the video. I'll get to
Fresh.
that. He's got this like special.
His wife went.
Yeah, his wife was one of the
Oh
ones
my
on there.
gosh.
There was 6 women on there, or some of them women. Some of them are surely trans. Anyway, Bezos has got this special tool, right?
Yeah.
That you got to open it with because it's sealed, and they were in this high.
It's hermetically sealed.
Right,
Yeah.
and they were in this high pressure vacuum. You got to be safe and all this because you're in space. And it just freaking opens up before he even gets there.
Oh my god.
It's a joke, man. And then there's another video. There's another video I saw where like Bezos is running around and he trips and falls. And he falls in a hole and it's really funny.
That's a real Biden moment right there.
Yeah, oh, it's so funny.
That's amazing.
I don't think it was in this compilation. All right, John, are you all right, dude?
He's fucking struggling over there.
Do you want like?
He's deconstructed his mic stand at this point.
The brackets of my fucking mic stand just broke at random. It's like they've like disconnected from each other, and I can't fix it.
You poor
So
soul.
I'm just gonna have to fucking hold my mic and mute.
You can just hold it.
Freaking
Wait,
retarded.
we got the guest one over there. It's probably not
true, but we're already in.
Uh,
We've made it this far.
Yeah, continue with the video.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to butt in real quick. That looks like fucking Blair White, who's a man.
John, you are not. I can't hear you at all.
Yeah, sorry. It's like that looks like Blair White, who's a dude. So, I'm pretty sure that's a dude.
That's an attractive lady. If it's a lady,
it's not a lady.
Just saying.
She's had surgery, dude.
Oh, for sure. No one's debating that. She looks like a duck. She looks like a duck. She got the duck face that all those Hollywood people do.
Yeah, keep going.
And there's somebody from the Matrix behind her. Who the fuck is that?
I know, dude. They're like handlers. That's like friggin' Agent Smith just wandering around in the desert.
Super weird.
Yeah.
What the hell?
I'm telling you, dude. This is like a ritual of some sort. Here, keep on
Very
going.
strange.
Let's. So that's pretty much it.
I was fixing to say that lady was the most eloquent out of all of them until she said, and sometimes reality's wrong. And that's just dumb.
Well, I mean, you got to get your Asian lady. You got to get your black lady. You got to get your Hollywood movie star.
Right.
It's so, like, this is so over the top. It's like the fact that even InfoWars is questioning this, right? It's just like, what the F is this? What's the purpose of it?
Right. Well, okay. I feel like the only way anybody was ever going to give a fuck about that would be if either it looks so fake we question it, or if they all fucking put it on OnlyFans. I feel like that's the only way anybody cares about what's going on in that giant penis.
Yeah, I don't.
Tell me I'm wrong.
I don't know why you brought up OnlyFans, but I don't know.
Because it's in keeping with this whole theme.
Yeah. I mean, they cater to the brain dead liberals who want to see women go to space. But that's like probably like 5% of the population. And like freaking Hell's Kitchen and all of Brooklyn. But one person, like, even there, like, this is complete nonsense. Why the F? I wanted to point out something else, John. If you can pull it up.
That's
Yeah. So here's where it kind of gets practical.
What?
Like, is this it's easy to be like, oh, this is just retarded. This is gay or whatever. But pull up the Wikipedia article, John, that was on my news document. No, right there. Yeah. So let's look into a little bit of blue origin. This should make us mad. All right. So we always hear that this is just like a private space company, that it's just done by Bezos money, and that it's just American ingenuity, right? It's
That
just
is
American business.
that is what we hear.
Right. And our American business is putting these women in space and having these low vibration emotional interviews where they're just hearing and speaking nonsense and have Baphomet flasher all over their boobs.
I like hearing that reality.
Okay.
It's not real. It makes me feel good.
So go down, go down, go down, go down, go down. Do the keep going. Go over. Don't use scroll or do use the thing where you go over and click on it and pull it down.
Okay.
The thing, you go over and you pull it down, not the scroller on the
Free, John. Yep, there.
Go to national partnerships and funding. Okay. Look at how much money received from NASA.
$20 million.
No. So the started out 3.7 million. John, what the F, man? We're going to need you to scroll. Well, I can't keep going. We're going to have to scroll down. All right. 3.7 million. 2009. 2 million. 2011. Keep going. All right. $20.25 million in 2013. Now go all the way to the end. Look how much money that they got in 2023.
3.4
$3.4 billion. How's this a private company?
I mean, no part of me ever thought it was.
Well, I mean, how do people think it is? How do people think this is just Bezos, basically like an Elon Musk, SpaceX, Bezos' SpaceX. These, it's just NASA. It's
only
NASA.
More. Yeah. That's all I need of them all.
And go down a little more, John. Like, so the Air Force gave them 181 million. Right. DARPA is in, but they just when it says DARPA is involved. So that's no big deal, right?
Allegedly helping invent the internet.
Yeah. So, like, at this point, how people, it's just so unbelievably stupid that we still got this facade that this American ingenuity exists, and everything is not part of the government.
Oh, the thing that would even concern me further about that is a lot of people will probably think the fact that NASA gives them money lends credence to the existence of the company. And, they'd be like, oh, well, NASA gives them money, so they must be doing something something legit. You know?
It's just unbelievable that the Blue Origin is NASA. SpaceX is NASA.
Right.
It's just there is no difference. Google is the CIA. It's there. It's such a web.
Yeah.
That it is no different. And
What I'm curious about is, so NASA gets like what, like fucking $1 billion a day or something.
it's $80 million a day, I think.
Is this coming out of that budget, or is this like extra funds that NASA's pulling from the Fed to then, you know, send a Blue Origin?
Who knows? You it all that.
Well, on Musk, you're looking into all of this, bud.
Dude, that's another thing that I've got.
They're
on my list.
uncovering government corruption.
It's just such a red hair. Doge is such a red herring. Like, sure, they're doing good things, but
Yeah,
about-
assuming what they say is true, they're doing some awesome, like really cool shit. I can't argue with that. I just don't trust it.
you know, that's like, say they put like 20 million tons of garbage into the ocean. Okay. Doe just like picking out like 5 rod oranges there every 26 days.
They're on the
Okay.
beach.
Right.
up.
Right.
Picking up 10 cans.
Yeah, it's just, it's like, what are you even doing? So,
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, to the to be fair, if you were going to eliminate government corruption, you just have to end the damn thing.
You'd have to destroy the
Yeah,
government.
right.
That's the-
So, I mean, it's kind of not possible, I guess, from a certain perspective.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just a crap shoot. This whole thing was a crap shoot. It's hilarious. It's all a cult. And why are they doing it? Owen Troyer? Well, maybe it's because you can't go to space. But I don't think you're ready to say that on InfoWars. But
Yeah, no, people,
yeah,
people aren't ready to say that. Oh, for
hey, but I love Harrison, dude. But he is really turning base. So go Harrison.
I mean, he probably won't be there much longer. Let's be honest.
All right, that was mine. That was yours too. So we kind of both.
That was a lot. That was a lot. In keeping with the Jeff Bezos theme, actually, um, head over to the document, John. There's one of these, not that one, not right there. Someone in Seattle, and I think somewhere in California is well programmed the crosswalk buttons to play Jeff Bezos' message.
What was the message?
Well, listen in. and despair. And that does appear to be what's happening to people on an individual level, because your phone tells you everybody else has friends. You don't. You're at home alone on your phone, which is typically bullshit, right? And it also keeps you engaging with this stuff that's just not. It's not creative. It's not positive. It's just kind of sad.
Yeah, it drains your time. It drains your energy. And man, I'm the world's worst. I mean, I literally do that all the time.
And then it makes you more exhausted when you like go out and do things that actually do kind of pour into you a little bit and should make you feel energetic, but you still feel like shit because you're not used to those types of interactions anymore.
Yeah, you are describing, dude. You're like describing my life to a T right now. I totally feel you.
Yeah,
I understand that for sure. And it's so isolating because you also feel like, well, nobody else is along in your journey, so why even continue going?
Right, but the flip side of that, it's fucking everybody. It's just your phone, your TV, your radio, whatever radio, that's very 1950, tells you that that's what's, that's what's going on. Everybody else is having a blast but you.
Yeah, it really makes you think about being a Luddite or Amish or something.
Right, when in reality, like I was at work the other day, we were talking with one of the guys that works, he's one of our managers, and just like, hey man, what'd you do with it? Just Cheetos on the couch, man. Like, classic example of what's going on with a lot of people.
I literally did that last night.
Cheetos on a leather couch.
No, not Cheeto. I don't eat Cheetos, and I don't have a leather couch. But Cheez-Its on a synthetic couch. I'm not sure what it's made of. Just watching somebody sail a boat out in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah.
Like, how much of a waste of time is that? But I just did that to just disengage my brain from the constant stress and stimulus of life, So I don't know what the answer is. I just know that stuff like this definitely adds to the preponderance of overwhelmingness or whatever. That could have been said better, but
no, I get it, and not to keep following this little trail we find ourselves on, but in tandem with that is the fact that so much of social structure, I guess as a result of what we're talking about, is kind of fallen apart, such that it makes public interactions, group interactions, so like rife with landmines that you have to constantly, at least for me, I have to constantly be on my guard, be filtering, be thinking when I'm talking to people, because I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna say that's gonna trigger your ass, and make you like go off or what have you. I have to do that at work, at church, constantly if I'm out in public dealing with people, and that's fucking exhausting too.
Yeah, man, and that goes to people's built-in insecurity due to the lifetime of being raised in the system propaganda, and the reason people have that is because they've broken down traditional family roles based on the common law slowly over time, right? So that's where it all gets down to is the destruction of the natural order of the family, I think, and insecurities build from that, and you can build social constructs off of insecurities. Slowly over time, and so like you were saying, where you constantly have to be on guard for what you're going to say because you don't know, because anything you say could disrupt someone's worldview. They react in anger.
And who's going to lose their damn mind? Yeah,
exactly. It all stems from the family breakdown.
Well, I mean, that's a good point. Families are what make up larger groups of people. They're the building blocks of society, or should be, and so it does. I mean, it does all come back to that. The only people I know who are really, really like off their fucking rocker don't have good family lives at all, or just don't have family lives at all, which sucks. I'm not, that's brutal and that sucks. But
think about like where we live in Tennessee. Like it's still nothing compared to where it is in like New York City.
Right.
Like the level of degradation, like it goes way even farther.
Yeah.
So just the scale of this, it's like crazy.
Shit.
Right.
All right, moving on.
What a dark tangent we got off to.
Happy Easter, happy day, happy Easter.
Oh, just
Your
wait.
mom is
We're
fucking
gonna
gay.
We're gonna end with something very happy. My surprise. All right.
Do we need to leave yours till the last?
No, I got one more before then.
Okay.
So this is kind of, all right. First of all, disclaimer: nobody died. All right, so this is funny. You can say that. All right. So the governor of Pennsylvania. Did anybody know him? All right. His name's Josh Shapiro. Is he Ben's brother? I don't know. He's a you-know-what, so he might be. So somebody, this guy, his name was Cody Balmer. He's probably a CIA, MK Ultra patsy. So somehow he gets 2 Heineken bottles fills them full of gasoline. Right, he scales the fence into the
governor's mansion.
Right, yeah, in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Okay, somehow scales the fence. So right off the bat, this is sounding like a freaking like a
some kind of free runner out there.
Right, like Trump round one, Trump assassination round one. Like obviously the security's not as good, but it's still going to be freaking tons of security. And Pennsylvania is one of the probably highest OG states, right? It ain't like he's scaling the fence in like Utah or something. Pennsylvania is one of the original colonies. It's probably, if I was going to guess, more presidential-like than like the governor of like Montana. You see what I'm trying to say there?
Okay,
Anyway, so he scales the fence, breaks in through a window, somehow ends up in the dining room, just throws a Heineken full of gasoline, lights it on fire, and burns up the dining room. Escapes. How the heck does this guy escape? There's state troopers everywhere. Okay? This is the middle of downtown Harrisburg. And then, like, his girlfriend and him were, like, watching the coverage on the news, and he just decides to turn himself in.
Just decides to turn himself in because he's a good person.
Right. So,
was he also in a BlackRock commercial a year and a half ago?
It'll come. I mean, this just happened a few days ago. I'm sure it'll come out. But what a joke, dude. And then listen to the governor talk about it like he was just, like, so scary.
I'm sure he was shocked to his very core.
Yeah, and he's turned it into hate crimes against the you-know-whats, the Revelation 3 verse 9 Israelites, okay?
Hate crimes against the Ashkenazis?
Yeah, the Ashkenazis, good one, yeah. So it's just a joke, dude.
Wow.
Yeah, does anybody actually feel bad for this guy, this millionaire who lives in this mansion?
No.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's, it's probably scary, but I don't
yeah, that's terrifying, absolutely, but
I don't have that much sympathy for him when we can barely afford. Like, think about the blue collar guy in Pittsburgh who's like facing layoffs from whatever. Do they give a F about Josh Shapiro in his mansion?
Yeah.
Maybe his piano got burned or got a little smoky.
Right.
Okay. Maybe
his tapestry was singed.
Right. A couple curtains got a little fireballed with some Heineken gas.
His quartz countertops got a little ash on them.
Yeah, this has got false flag written all over it to stir up, like, the Jews are getting. Oh, I said it, dadgummit. Yeah, the Jays are getting, persecuted again. It's always them, man. It always ends up being them, and they're the victims. Yeah, this has got feds written all over it.
It is super weird that this guy was just able to waltz into the governor's mansion. Like that guy with that girl with when Obama was in office, that guy who just waltzed into the White House.
That's right.
When the girl was on duty. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? That's some bullshit. Nobody's just assuming that what they tell us about White House and governor's mansion security is even remotely correct. Right? There are people around making sure that shit doesn't happen. Nobody's just waltzing in there. That's so moronic.
Yeah.
And I mean, that room was obviously burned. Sure. But that guy looks real. He looks like he could. Is he in Hamas?
He looks like a free. Yeah, dude. Does he not look like a patsy? Just the definition of a patsy.
Somebody cast him. He was at a casting interview earlier that day. That's why he looks so tired.
Yeah.
But oh my gosh, look at all this fun, like, font.
Yeah, dude, and it happened during the Passover. During his religious celebration. He was a target.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
And we have no place for that in America. Obviously, you shouldn't go around. I don't think any of this is
Sure,
real.
you shouldn't go around throwing Molotov cocktails. Don't do that.
But can't you not see just the, like, playing the victim hardcore here?
Yeah, well, and I hate the bullshit where people want to say, like, hey, you know what we shouldn't do? We shouldn't shoot other people in America. You fucking shouldn't. What the hell?
Okay, hey, whoa, go down. So this is his dining room, right? First of all, that's an extremely lavish dining room.
It is.
Second of all, how can 2 Heineken bottles full of gas do that? Look, I make these big old brush piles out at my land, and I've thrown like
blazing Heineken bottles on them.
No, I mean I will feel like I used to have like little containers that screws come in from Lowe's. Once all your screws are gone, I'll pour gas in that little container, get a fire going, and then like throw that on the
yeah.
And it burns off in like 2 seconds, and it's probably about a Heineken bottle full of gas. I don't understand how it made that big of a fire.
Was it one of those 2-liter Heineken bottles?
Yeah, maybe it was a 40, dude. Maybe it was. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. It could have been what the
Potentially. Yeah.
I don't know. It just seems like a lot of damage for 2 Heineken bottles.
It does.
But
It does.
I don't know.
Jeez.
Just a whole crap show.
Oh, even Joe Biden got in on the fun. Jill and I are disgusted by the attack on the Shapiro family and their homes during the first night of Passover. He doesn't even know what Passover
Right.
is. He's too fucking senile.
Dude,
what are you talking
You've
about?
got to throw that in there, right? You can't just say, hey, that sucks. You got to throw in the religious stuff.
It's all about diversity, man.
Yeah.
Some religions somehow make you diverse, even if you're a white guy.
Yeah, and compared President Trump, probably just a whack job.
Probably just a whack job. He walked in. He did a wonderful job. He was looking for. Yeah.
That's right.
Wow.
Yeah. And you got to
I can't think of anything that speaks to those personalities more than those two.
the
tweets.
The
That's
boilerplate.
amazing.
The boilerplate propaganda of we got to take a united stand against hatred and violence. That's how you. I mean, that just speaks of BS. Right
Yeah.
there.
Like, obviously nobody likes those things, but we don't need to, all right,
Yeah. I don't know.
we get it.
So that happened. Yeah.
Gosh, that's retarded. All right, moving on. What's my last one?
Yeah, go to your last one, then we'll end on a happy note.
J.K. Rowling is being mean to trans people, and according to MSNBC, that's not okay.
So is J.K. Rowling turning based?
She doesn't like the trannies.
That's good.
Yeah.
All right.
She's a notorious anti-trans advocate who posted a photo of herself smoking a cigar, which, am I the only person who thinks that's kind of hot? And holding a glass of wine on her yacht. Love it when a plan comes together. And she was referring to some UK bill they passed. Scroll down a little bit, John. Regarding how, like, trans women aren't going to be considered women, which, I mean, I feel like that makes sense.
All right, wait a minute. Back up, just so I understand. A trans woman
is a guy who's
just
trying to be a lady.
just a cross-dresser. No chopping balls off. You just wearing a dress.
It could be anywhere in that scenario.
You have to delineate that, though.
Well, yeah. But the problem with this fucking community is that none of them. It's like you can identify as whatever you want. Okay, you can identify as a fucking like chipmunk. You can identify as a badger that has large testicles.
Right, if you have
you can identify as the pedophile pope. Whatever you want.
If you got a PP, a scrotum, ball sack, 2 balls in there, I don't care if you have a dress. I don't care if you wear thongs. I don't care if you're butt naked. You shave yourself. You are a man. All right, now if you're going to go to the mental illness of cutting all that off and mutilating yourself, I mean, maybe then you've got a different argument.
Yeah.
But even that is a whole nother discussion. But if you have a penis, you're a man.
You said that real weird.
I don't understand how you even begin to debate that part. I can kind of understand the genital mutilation argument.
Yeah, right. I mean, logically, what you're saying makes some sense.
It's insanity, dude.
Yeah, it goes on to say, like, these people are afraid of persecution and, like, they're going to get deported and some bullshit. Like, it's the UK, guys. They're liberal as fuck. You're fine. Shut the hell up. Move on with your lives.
I don't follow the UK at all, other than there's India's taken over the UK, apparently.
Am I the only person who didn't know J.K. Rowling was kind of hot? Sorry, I'm a little stuck on that, but she's kind of hot.
I mean, I wouldn't.
For a fucking 70-year-old lady or however old she is.
I wouldn't trust her, man. You don't get that big
Oh, no,
without
me either.
making a deal with the devil. But it's
Sure.
good that she's calling out the trans.
Yeah.
That's good.
Smoking. Is there anything more American than smoking a cigar and drinking on a yacht? Like, that's fuck yeah, J.K. Rowling. Good for you.
Yeah, oh, John,
I respect it.
John's scrolling so fast I can't look at that. But yeah, good for her.
Yeah.
I wonder if she'll speak out against the Black Snape in the new HBO series. She should speak out against that too. Be consistent.
Diversity, equity, and inclusion, buddy.
Golly, dude, that's a joke. I'm not gonna watch that. And I love Harry Potter. I reread them every year.
Harry Potter is great.
Just find something new every time. So well written.
Just like the Bible.
And it's super crazy. There are there's one direct quote from Jesus and another from Paul in her books. Where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. That's from Jesus. That's written on Ariana's tombstone, and And the last enemy that will be destroyed is death, which is a quote from Paul in Corinthians, I think, is on Harry's parents' tombstone. So there's some Christian themes in there, even though it's all about witchcraft and stuff. But
I mean, whatever.
just thought I'd say that since we were on the topic.
Sure. Fun.
Mm-hmm.
I have no comments on that.
Are we moving on now?
Oh, we can, yeah. Sure.
How long have we been going, John? So
Long enough.
about time to move on?
Yeah.
Well, let's end on a happy note, boys. So we know what today is? Do we know what today is? I know it's Easter. I know it's Weed Day, but there's something even better
Oh, my gosh.
than all of this.
Hitler's birthday.
Pappy, our dad, the guy who saw it all coming way back when, the source of all this nonsense and strife.
Gosh, dude.
Our boy, our Fuhrer. It'd be like 150-something years old today. Happy birthday, Adolf.
Happy birthday, Hitler.
Yeah, he was born today in 1889. And it's hilarious that they had some kind of flag in Sweden for. Oh, hey,
That
look
is
at that,
strange.
dude. Look
Why
at
are they
that.
flying a flag for Hitler's birthday?
Oh, no.
What the fuck? Authorities have launched. Scroll back up, John. Authorities have launched an investigation on suspicion of incitement against an ethnic group. The prevailing assumption is that where the flags were displayed as a tribute to the birthday of Nazi dictator Adolf Hitler, which falls today.
Oh, man. I love it. I wonder what ethnic group
That's
they're
amazing.
talking about.
I don't know. Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing.
That's an epic picture right there. Just the three flags of that's on there. I mean, go Vols, dude.
That looks like something I would have seen in like The Sound of Music or some like Nazi movie.
Looks like an Indiana Jones film right there.
Yeah.
Freaking wonderful. So happy birthday, brother. We know you tried. Okay, we know you tried.
Oh my
and
gosh.
that's just a thought that counts.
All right, we're getting taken down after this. Holy fuck. All right. Wow. All right.
Yeah, there's really not much more to say.
Yeah, I feel like I don't think there's anything we can really follow that up with. Gosh. All right.
We'll be back in a couple weeks with something.
Yeah. Tune in on Tuesday. We'll be doing a live stream on Tuesday. Soon to be Tuesdays and Fridays.
I'll probably get there in the fall. It's going to happen this year.
Okay. So this calendar year, more shit to come.
Yeah, got
folks.
a lot of work to do. Thanks
Yeah.
to all our listeners, all our followers on Twitter, all the people on Rumble,
Yup.
the 2 people on YouTube.
Right.
We love you all.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah, we're the Veritas Road.
Catch you next time.